All right, there it is. I always just wait for that little bump to come up there, but we are live. It is Daily Bread with Sosa and Rex. And today, as you can see, we got Real Simba 4. Eddie with us with the stupid little catchphrase down there, wearing that garb down there. We'll be a little bit nice to each other for when we can. But we're on the Daily Bread Twitter. We're on our Daily Bread Media YouTube page, and we are live on Twitch. So make sure you be tapping in with there. As you can see from all the heads up we gave you, we cannot show comments on Twitter. So make sure to be jumping in our YouTube. And shout out to everybody. We are at 395 subs this morning. We told you we were giving out that $100. We currently are sitting at 431 subs. So we will be giving out that $100 after me and Eddie go head to head. But today we will not be talking any baseball. We'll recap or real quickly just give our thoughts on what happened yesterday in the NFL, mostly yesterday night because you can see with Sosa. But then we'll get into the Birds versus the Cowboys. As usual, brought to you by PickCity.com. Make sure to be checking them out at PickCity on Twitter. But Sosa, have you recovered yet?
Oh Lord, you see, I'm still rocking with my team. You know the deal. Come on now, don't do that. Am I good? It is what it is. We lost last night. It was rough. I take the L on the chin. The game is the game. Yeah, I'm just trying to think of all the cliches I could possibly throw out to deal with the L. We lost. It was a rough one. We gave up a bunch of bullshit at the end of the game. Two big throws, one over the middle, one to the outside that I wasn't proud of or happy to watch. But at the end of the day, you can only it's only so much you can do, man. Um, 40 seconds is enough for Aaron Rodgers to get down the field. I mean, I was at the game when he had a minute 37 seconds to score a touchdown against Dallas. So it's not the I've seen it before. I've been there before. I witnessed it before. So that's all I can really say, man. This ain't
Eddie,
nothing.
how are you? Thank you for joining us on this big day.
There he is.
Hey,
I know
it's
Alex wants to get on.
doing well, guys. I'm doing well. Yeah, bring them up too, man. Man, look, they can both come at me, man. It's good. We already know what's gonna happen, but I'm doing well, man. It's Monday night. We got Monday night football. Birds versus the Cowboys. Cowboys home opener. And I know all too well about Aaron Rodgers and having too much time on the clock, even though he looks like an AIDS patient. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to say that. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
It's YouTube. You're fine, man. I listen. I feel you. You were making a keen observation. That's all.
Hey, nah, that was a tough one to watch, man. I was watching it with a bunch of Niner fans, and it was a tough one.
I was sick. I was absolutely sick. I can't even lie. I can't lie about it to anyone. It was bad. Yesterday was tough for me. Like I said, it was just a tough one. It was a tough one to take. Just it's a tough one to deal with, man. Nothing I can really say. I woke up
Yep.
to a lot of it because I actually fell asleep. Woke up to all the texts from my friends who are Eagle fans. Like we didn't just beat the shit out of y'all last week. Um, but it is what it is. We onward and upward. We move onward and upward. Nothing else to it for me. I'm ready for tonight though. I got plenty of picks and all that. But listen, I'm gonna drop my picks real quick and then I'm gonna let y'all get into it. Does that work for how it works? Or I'll go last. I'll let y'all go. How you want to do it?
Whatever way you want to tease a few, then leave a few for the end. Whatever way
Yeah,
you're
man.
feeling it. Just as your last reminder on Twitter, if you want your comments shown, jump over to the YouTube page. I've tweeted it out from the handle under my head. You guys should be subbed to us because we're giving out that $100 at the end of the show. But that is the last time I will be giving out that reminder. We'll react to them when we can. But if you want to be seen, that's your way. So
Yes,
give us
sir.
one.
Yes.
I think one's the best way to compromise.
Just one. All right. The only play that I'm really that I love, I'm only gonna give one actually. Well, maybe two. Um, it is a combo prop of rushing and receiving, and that is for one Tony Pollard. Oh man, it's not even on this book right now. Hold on 1 second. Okay, I gotta get it off the other book.
Ooh, we got a hot comment in here. So pro gamblers shouldn't be fans. That's just wrong.
Tony Pollard over 60.5 yards combined rushing and receiving at -110. That's my favorite prop. What was the comment?
Pro gamblers shouldn't be fans.
Well, I'm not a pro gambler. I'm just a regular nigga.
Yeah, I was about to say none of us have pro, but if you like money over your teams, I guess that's the easiest way to do it as well. Or just don't bet on the games with your teams involved. That's also option B. Or I don't think any of us.
I got a wife and a dog. I don't know what the fuck that even means. A professional gambler.
All right. Well, let's drop you to the bottom. You like Pollard to
over 60.5 combined rushing and receiving yards for Tony Pollard. Like pro gambler. What the fuck?
It was literally the first comment I saw on the Twitter thing when I pulled it up.
What are these dudes talking about, man?
All right, you get the bottom. Sosa,
leave me out
you're
of
the
it.
bottom bitch now.
Here we go.
Get at it. Eddie, hold on. You're the guest, and I started last week. I'll just let you get it in that gross Zeke garb that you got on right there.
I'll have my lamb one this week. It's coming. It's coming. I don't know what to say about this game.
Zeke garb.
Hey, you see what it is, man. Come on. We in this building, man. CeeDee Lamb is due for a huge game. I'll get to that. Look, so this is what I don't understand, that I keep hearing all this talk about Cowboys this, Cowboys that. I get the whole stereotype, and we shoot ourselves in the foot, and accident waiting to happen, Stephen A. Smith narrative. I get it about the Cowboys. It is what it is. I've lived it since I was a kid. You know what I mean? 5 years old. I've understood what's going on. And I'm not saying this year is the year, but in these two teams, when we're looking at these two teams, can you honestly tell me that the Eagles are a better football team than the Cowboys? Because I don't see it. I mean, even from the coaching to the position groups, I don't see the matchup. Did they play a tough game last week against the Niners? Yes. Are the Niners having UPS drivers play corner? Yes. Come on, let's be honest. The Niners are a good football team with many, many injuries. See what I'm saying? So, and then they went and beat up on Atlanta. Like nobody is taking that win except for the Eagles fans as being a quality win. So
I guess the Giants fans would have wanted a quality win yesterday, but we can agree on that one, Eddie.
So when I'm really looking at this game, and I'm going position group by position group, and I don't know if I was supposed to take this time to just go straight into my bets.
Whatever you want.
I wanted to say this because I'm hearing a lot of slander about the Cowboys aren't going to do this and they're not going to do that, and rightfully so. They might not. He said, "Is he wearing jorts?" No, I do not have those. It's not in my wardrobe.
Eddie don't got pants on because the lower body ain't showing. He's just rocking the boxers.
Hey, I'm out here. Yeah, I don't know, Rex. I mean, can you help me out in this situation? I just don't understand it.
Which position group that I could say, or I could come at you that the Eagles are stronger or on par with?
Yeah.
With the Cowboys? Well, not receiver, not QB. You can knock those two out real quickly. The line, I could try to make arguments, but it just fall on deaf ears, so we'll just pass back that one. But we both have one injury on each one, and you have a suspension as well. So, I mean, if we had Malata and you had those two hits, then I would try to fight there. But I guess defensive line is the one spot that I can go with you at it just because of the injuries that you do have there. So I can say the Eagles D-line, especially – I mean, I just love Fletcher Cox. But I think that is one spot where I can say we could go head-to-head at easy.
I agree with you there. The defensive line, I'll even give it to you. Like you said, Fletcher Cox alone is a beast. You know what I mean? And he makes that entire position group really, really good. So I'll give you the defensive line, but outside of that, your linebackers, I don't.
No, I wouldn't take that one. Micah Parsons, I would take over any of the ones that we currently have here.
So when you're looking at this game and we're really trying to be subjective about it, The line opened at, someone told me the line opened at 6. I seen 4s everywhere. Help me, but I just don't understand why the Cowboys don't cover this game. And that kind of brings me to my point that the Cowboys will cover this game. I just tweeted it out as soon as the show started. Cowboys will win this game and cover. Mark my words. You know what I mean? That's it. That's all. -3.5, -3. I don't care. By a point, take an alt line. Cowboys win by 7 for sure. We seen what happened last year when you guys came to the house and we didn't have Dak Prescott. We had a backup quarterback and we beat you guys by 17 with the backup.
Yeah, he didn't do too well in his first start, at least in that game. But yeah, that's kind of where last season, I mean, we saw the man who's no longer at the helm. We got Jalen there now. So last season's last season. We'll just throw that one out before there.
Okay.
I think the line you have to take a little bit more. I mean, even if we do, I doubt we try to blitz Dak. We'll just rely on our defensive line with your offensive line being a little beat up to get there. But Dak making the plays outside of the pocket has my biggest concern for it. I saw Sosa put up in there that Slay has had Amari in prison or in jail, whatever you want to call it, and he has locked him up. But with Amari being a little bit banged up, I think they might put him on CD, even if it might not be the best idea. If we really don't think Amari is 100%, that's what I would try to do there, even though it's whoever Slay isn't covering is going to be the reason why the Birds get torched tonight. So that's where I would be if you're a live bettor. Look to see if Slay is just covering Amari across the field or if he's just sticking to the one side, because I think that's your best angle there. My thing is, I think 7 Cowboys win. I can see it because I think whoever has the ball last is going to win this game. I think it's going to be a back and forth shootout. I think the over hits with ease tonight. And I think this is not Jalen's come out game, but a lot of people forget. I think Jalen would have been a Cowboy if you guys didn't take CD from us 2 drafts ago. So the Eagles fired back by taking Hurts in the second round because you saw the Dak contract controversy there. And bringing in Hurts would have been a natural fit and replacement into that scheme. So that's why I think you kind of have a little duking it out tonight, where I think this is Jalen's show out game. I'm concerned with who Diggs is going to be covering from on your guys' perspective, because if I'm really going to have to rely on Quez Watkins and fucking Dallas Goedert to make Hurts go up and down the field, that's where it's going to be. So the Diggs versus Devonta matchup probably is going to be just straight fireworks on that side of the ball.
I can't wait to see that matchup because we've seen what Diggs done the first 2 weeks. He did get torched a little bit by Keenan Allen. I'll give him that. I have to go back and watch every single snap because I know Diggs wasn't lined up on him every single snap, but he was there for a lot of it. But we've seen what he did week 1 against Mike Evans, put him in jail. I want to see the matchup with Smitty and Diggs and old teammates. You know what I mean? So I kind of want to see that matchup. But I would say that. So when you say Jalen Hurts come out game, you would say better than week 1?
I mean, if we're just saying that we're not counting the Falcons win with anything, then yeah, this would be his show up against your division rival on the road. It's going to be a packed house tonight. The vibe's probably going to be electric. If he comes down and does it in Jerry's world, then he's officially, I mean, it's the one that you can say it's his most proven result that he's had so far.
Well, we know for sure it's going to be one of the most probably the most watched game of this weekend. You know, we already know that Cowboys that's just the draw in general. But like you said, opening up in Cowboy Stadium, he does really, really well. Put him on the center stage for being, hey, this is the guy for the future, right? I like Goddard. He is kind of owned us over the years. I do like him. And you brought up Quez Watkins, man. Hey, take his prop over. What is it, 1.5 catches? He might get there. I think you get it at plus money too. But yeah, I looking at this game and trying to remain as unbiased as I can when I'm talking about Cooper. I honestly think he said he's feeling better and better every day. Mm-hmm. But we've seen what Slay's done to him in Detroit. We've seen what Slay's done to him here. And Amari Cooper talks big. He says he takes those things personally. You know what I mean? He said it. He's been on record saying, you know, I am the best. I honestly think tonight he might be a decoy. He might be a decoy tonight. I'm not saying take his unders or anything like that. I'm not saying fade him.
Ooh, if
You
he
guys
doesn't
can
get
make
going,
that.
then I'm feeling good.
You guys can make that own. You can come up with that on your own. But we seen what Lamb did last year, and I'm happy, man. I think without Cooper, we'll still be fine. I think our tight ends can get loose, and I also think that Cedric Wilson, man, said can do what he wants to do out there as well without a lot of attention on him. And I don't really trust your guys' secondary. Do you?
You haven't talked about your man wearing the jersey and Zeke yet. Do you think he gets a game going against the Birds? Because I'm trying to pull up his exact stats, but I feel like he always bumps for 150 or 50. He just doesn't have an average game or like one. It's either he booms or he busts every single time he plays against us.
So, you guys, like you said, I don't think it's going to be between the tackles where we get our money. I think it's going to be a lot of edge running, stretch plays, zone plays to the outside, things like that are going to try to get these guys moving laterally. Your defensive line moving laterally instead of just kind of trying to run it up the middle with Zeke. I do think Zeke has a day. I think both running backs have a day. And I know I'm talking about Lamb's going to do this, Ced's going to do this, our tight end's going to do this, the running backs are going to do this. What I'm basically telling you is we're going to do what we want to do on offense. I truly, truly believe that, man. Unless your guys' defensive line just comes out and is on Aaron Donald mode, I don't see a situation where the Cowboys are going to be able to drop back or hand the ball off and not get positive yardage on not every play, but you get what I'm saying? Not have a positive game on offense. I just don't see a situation. I mean,
yeah, so in the 8 games that Zeke's played against the Birds for your Elliott anytime touchdown score, he's only found the back of the end zone 3 times in his 8 games that he's came up against them.
What's his rushing?
98.6 yards per game. So my highs and low theory was correct, but the 4.7 rushes average rush per yards, that's the most demoralizing stat there is out there. Because when you're basically getting half the first down every time, that is not the worst, not the best for us. And but with the defense, I mean, I just think the Chargers, and sure, you can say Herbert's a better quarterback than what Hurts currently has and definitely has better weapons to mess around with. But I think the Chargers kind of just pissed down their leg and didn't take the chances, the advantage to do it. And sure, the Eagles definitely did not take the advantage against the Niners. If they were able to knock that one in off the 99-yard bomb or 90-yard bomb, I think that's a completely different game of how it pans out. Because you can get that one pure momentum shift, that thing that changed the tides of the game. And then since that one moment, the Niners took over. So it's kind of going to have to be is if the Eagles can just go punch to punch with them. And I still think from the offensive perspective, even if I have to rely on Rieger to show up, JJ Arcega-Whiteside I'll trade him for a bag of balls at this point. I just think they can put up 28 against this defense. And as long as the defense can keep you guys not getting 5 touchdowns on the board, that's why I think whoever has the ball last scores. And that's why I think the over smashes tonight. I just think that's the easiest bet. I haven't locked that in yet. That's when we get into the sensible talk of this segment. We can talk about the points and the actual gambling angles. But since we're still on fan mode, I don't know, man. I just think that Hurts will be able to move it. Just stay away from Diggs as much as you can. But Smith is someone who can create space, I think, against the best of the best. So I think Smith will be able to get that separation past Diggs.
Oh, I'm sorry. Somebody's at the door. I'm really interested to see what Smitty does. I'm really interested to see how he performs in this game. When we get to that point, I have something for that for the supporters out here, the listeners, viewers as well. I have something for Smitty, and
it would. Just get us some new ball. The punter can even just use it. It doesn't have to be for Hurts to throw. Just get it for anybody in the facility so the Eagles don't have to spend that $50 on getting new balls from the NFL.
Thank you for context and clarification, my boy. Appreciate you.
I think you will too. If I'm going to answer Ten's question, I think you will too. If you look at the first 2 weeks, the Cowboys have been susceptible to tight ends. especially over the middle of the field and on the outside the numbers. We've seen what Gronk did. We've seen what Jared Cook did. Even though he didn't have a huge game, but he was still used. He was targeted often, and he had like 4 catches, I want to say. I like Goddard. I like.
So my biggest reservation with this Garrett is Ertz looks to be healthy again, and I think Hurts has gotten a lot better with his tight ends. Last season, that was kind of one of his biggest knocks, was he favored the wideouts too much. So with both guys in the system, I think it's going to be, if he can get through his reads and find both man available, that just means the line has to hold it up enough to give him that type of progression. That's my biggest concern of doing it. But at plus money, I see it there. It's worth it.
Yeah. See, the number one thing for me as well, when you brought that up about tight ends, and again, I'm trying to remain as unbiased as I can when I'm talking about this team, my team. For my team, as far as tight ends, is it's too hard to predict Jarwin or Schultz. You know what I mean? When on a prop basis, it's too hard to predict who's going to be who. Jarwin is the better athlete. He's the better receiver. Schultz is the better blocker. He's on the field most of the time because of that. But Jarwin, when he's on the field, you know he's running a route. You know what I mean? He's not out there to do anything more than just run a route. So chances are he's probably going to get some looks and more targets than Schultz in the long run. But I don't know. I'll probably stay away from those guys.
My biggest thing is the Eagles, one of the Achilles heel that me and Sosa have been talking about is their tight ends have eaten against them last season. They held Kittle in check last week, and they held – I mean, maybe – Kittle was used more as a blocker. They didn't target him that much. And then the first week, as Sosa laid out eloquently on one of our shows, Smith was just being used completely wrong, or Pitts was being used completely wrong against us in game 1. So this is tonight where with the dual option of Jarwin and Schultz, that could come back because the Eagles, they're like a top 3 ranked pass defense coming into tonight's game. I can guarantee you they'll be sitting outside the top 5 coming into tonight, after tonight.
I got a question real quick. This is off the game because it's been kind of bothering me. And I can't really put my finger on it. And this question's for Sosa. Why is Kittle not being game planned into the offense as much as he was in the past?
He had 7 catches for 92 yards last night.
Last night was.
Yeah. Listen, games are based on matchups, man. Sometimes understanding that you have to be used differently game to game in order to get you a win is what matters, right? Like perfect example, you would say, well, why wasn't Zeke in the game plan against Tampa Bay, right? You watch football, you can't run against that front. So there's no reason to extend yourself and try to do it. Why do it? I say it all the time. If you can't swim, you don't go to the pool. Don't do it. Don't do it. If you're incapable or somebody's in that situation where they aren't good at something, why ask them to? Or like I said, if it's game plan to game plan. So if they need him to block, if they need him to run hitch routes, if they need him to run streaks, whatever it is, if they need to play him more in the slot, they'll do it with him. I also want to shout out Rome DMV. He's very heavy on a prop. Now listen, Rome, you give me this prop and I'm about to bet it, but if I lose, you got to give me my money back.
I was about to say, Rome, we usually get the comments up a lot quicker. As of right now, since we were going back to back, that's the only reason why we weren't taking the I was storing them all. We have a lot of comments to get to at the end of this.
For sure. Shout out to Rome. Obviously, I
First
like
two, yes. Last one, no.
I like both the plays. I like both the prop plays. I actually have Jalen for a touchdown.
What's Jalen?
$5. All right, bet. Say less. Bet. it'll be at least $50, man. I'm gonna put at least $50 on that. But what's it called?
Jalen? I like how you were very vague with Jalen will get a touchdown.
I have three touchdown props tonight. I do believe there will be points scored tonight. The 3 players that I've picked to score an anytime touchdown are Ezekiel Elliott, Jalen Hurts, and Jalen Reagor.
The Jalen's.
I'm not. That's not a knock on either side. I'm not gonna pick a side till right before game time. I'm gonna treat this like basketball season. Where I just let y'all do the picks and then Like, because I don't want to feel like I'm picking a side here. I'll do it off air, but I'm not going to do it here.
All right,
obviously, I know who y'all are picking, right? So I'm guessing, Rex, you're with the Cowboys, right?
No, fucking.
Oh, okay. Where are you at? What side?
What do you think?
No, like, what is your pick? Are you on the money line? Are you on the points? What do you?
This is where I was about to say. So now we get into sensible talk time. The over is where I want to be, but I forget who brought it up in one of our chats where for all the primetime games, they've gone over except for one. And the only one that hasn't gone over was the divisional matchup. And we got the over, what's it sitting at right now? Still at 51 and a half?
I think it's dipped to 50 at one point, and it went back up.
Yeah, I got 51 still and a half on my book I have here. I just think that is not too many because I'm still going to play the over here. But this is kind of where I rather wait to lock it in live. But of course, if you're going to give me the hook, I'll take the 3.5 with the Birds tonight, sitting at minus 110. The money line at plus 163. If you're giving me that on home field, 100% in Jerry World, not going to take the plus 163. Still not saying that I don't have confidence in my squad, but when I'm investing my money, I want to be smart. But yes, definitely give me the 3 in the hook at minus 110.
Yeah. So, no props.
Oh no, we were just talking spread and total real quick.
Oh, spread. Oh, yes. Okay. Yeah. So, for me, when it comes to the spread, you know where I'm going. I'm going Cowboys minus 3.5. I would not be mad if anybody wanted to buy the hook and get it to 3. I think it's at minus 130 at my book. Right now, Cowboys minus 3.5 is minus 105. I will be taking it there because I'm confident the Cowboys will cover, and I think they'll cover by a touchdown. I'm also when it comes to the total, I like the over. I do like the over.
Yep.
We've seen last year the game go over. I think we'll see it again this year with a better Hurts. You know what I'm saying? I think he's going to be able to make a couple of more plays, and he's going to be able to contribute to the total. I'm thinking 31-20, 31-24, something like that around those lines. I had to do math in my head.
I was about to say, you just nailed it right on the toe. Your brain was so sharp, you went right to what the
31-24 sounds better. We'll go with that. Cover on both ends.
All right, I'll rock the over with you. I got 51.5 minus 105. I'll lock that in so we can have one similar bet, even though we do go head-to-head at that point. One big aspect, I think, here, because everyone wants to come here for these type of props, because I know we kind of not dunked on someone, but we didn't care about field goal kickers. I think Zerline over 1.5 field goals made tonight is a nice play on the Dallas end, just because the Eagles' red zone defense is solid. I think we will be able to keep them out at least once from the red zone, and they will have to settle once from there. They'll still probably go 2 for 3 in the red zone, but I also think he does nail a long one, probably to break my heart at the end, but still cover the hook. So if you can get a Zerline number out there for over 1.5, I would like that play as well, and I would like it back on the same side on our perspective as well. I think that these defense, they're a lot more solid when they get into the red zone compared to when they give up the chunk yards there. So I do see the kickers being viable options tonight. Hey, you got to respect kickers after yesterday in Detroit.
Listen, the only special teamer that Sosa respects is the fucking punter from Rutgers. You hear me? The fucking punter from Rutgers is a fucking All-American, all right? He's a fucking beast. Listen, if Goose said take the 20, they fucking covered that 20. The only punter that we respect here is the punter from Rutgers.
You respect him so much you even know his name.
Punters and kickers matter.
Let me go look that up, man. Shout out to my guy. Now I got to find it.
No, but Eddie, I don't know if you have any thoughts on if you think it could be. I know capping field goals is a dangerous game and different things like that, but I just think from the way our defenses do set up, they get hit by chunk plays, but when it gets into
shout out to Adam Corsack, the punter at Rutgers, rugby style punter, Australian style rugby punter. I just know that because Goose said that, but I shout out to him. All right, Shout
He's
out
a
to
player.
my man Corsack. Corsack. What is it? Jesus Christ. Adam Corsack. You know what I'm saying? Oh, shout out to Justin Tucker, best kicker of all time. Big 66. What's good? What?
Yeah, so you could go total points as well, but yeah, over 1.5
Sorry.
for Elliott's plus 110. Over Zerline 1.5 is minus 115. I'll throw a quarter unit. The spread and the totals both at 1. I'll throw just for action. So half unit on both of the kickers there. You could go total points where the PATs matter, but screw that part. And then I'll get into real props after that. So what's up, Eddie?
I do like that. Both teams, Cowboys struggle in the red zone if you look at their percentage as far as scoring touchdowns when they get down there. And the Eagles struggle to hold people. And I think they struggle as well. But I like that. It's not something that I'll be betting, but I could see it happening too.
Let's get into real player props now.
Look,
the line just moved 5 cents after we gave it out. We're sharp.
Telling you. There is one more side I like, and a lot of people might not want to take this or don't like taking these kind of bets, but I like Dallas Cowboys first quarter total points over 6.5. And you can get that at -1. I got it at -122, but it's at -130 now. I'm taking it. Cowboys have scored 7 points in the first quarter, both games that they came out, and they've scored 14 points in the last game. So I will be taking their total points in the first quarter over.
So you like scripted play? They'll have it locked down, move up and down the field.
I think they come out, run down the field, score a touchdown real quick, and we cash that ticket easy.
Bruh.
What happened?
Michael Porter Jr. just got $207 million.
Yeah, I just seen that. Yeah. Yeah.
John Law was checking in on you. Thought someone
$207 million.
I thought you were about to say something else, but yeah, that's crazy.
What the fuck?
Maybe he'll learn to play defense.
Nigga, I'm looking at my phone like this for real. Holy shit, bro. 200.
So the CD prop, I haven't heard the CD prop yet. Let me hear it.
Yeah, so I have CD Lamb over 6.5 catches, and I got that at plus 107. It is now sitting at minus. Last I looked, it's at minus 114 now, over 6.5 catches.
Plus 105 on DraftKings.
Okay, there it is. We'll go with plus 105. Over 6.5 catches, plus 105. He's going to go off. He leads the Cowboys in targets over the first 2 games. He has 24 targets in 2 games, 7 catches in each game. And I don't see a scenario where he's going to get slowed down. Even if Slay's on him, Slay's going to have to travel to the slot. He's going to have to travel to outside the numbers in bunches.
Not where he likes to be.
Not where he likes to be. CeeDee Lamb will operate well in this game. And if he doesn't, if Slay wants to go ahead and cover CD, then Cooper will get off. And then they'll have to move him over there, and then Lamb will get off. So I'm not worried about the matchups as far as the receiving goes. So that's one of my favorite props. CeeDee Lamb over 6.5 catches, plus 105 at DraftKings. I got it at plus 107 on my book, my local, but that's probably my favorite prop.
Yeah, I like that one. He's projected for the highest receptions total. You got Amari coming in next at 5.5, and then you have Devonta coming in at 4.5. And I was going to try to be on the Devonta over 4.5 angle, but at minus 160, no, thank you. Even though props is the one category where I would consider using the juice a little bit more. Nah, if you see me, as Sosa likes to say, I'm being held hostage if I give something out over minus 140.
You're muted. You're on mute.
I'm talking to somebody. Sorry.
Oh, shit. Okay. I'm like,
as I say, his dog's barking. He's got more important people than us to be talking to right now.
Hey, did you want to bounce it back and forth props, or you just want me to give them all out?
You can keep going for the props. I would like. We don't talk about any of the props just as a daily bread thing. We have no idea what we're coming into before the shows, what everyone else is rocking. So I was about to say the field goal kickers, the over, The spread for the birds is where I'm at. The CD one, I just don't want to bet against it. I try to limit it, even though the 6.5, I 100% agree with. Give us off the rest of yours because I only have one more play in this game for tonight.
Yes. And also, I'm glad that you just mentioned that, Rex. People, anybody that thinks like me and Rex like get on here prior and like talk about our bets, or we don't do that. Like this is all live. Like I get his bets when he says it on the show.
And talk about what sport we're talking about.
I'm just saying, just generally speaking, you know what I'm saying? Like that's something that's just random. Like people, a couple people think like we talked this stuff over before. We really do not.
NFL on Sundays is really the only one that we cap together because we run a show together with 17 other people, but it's all basically you and me being the little bitch boy, so it's all right. We won't get into that part.
I'm going
we're not gonna do that.
A couple of other stats that props that I like. I like Elliott over 15.5 carries, 14.5, excuse me. I got that right now sitting on my book at minus 109. I think he hits that easy. I think we're going to feed him just like we did last week. They made it an effort to go ahead and get him the ball. He went over, got it. He didn't do great, but he still got it. I also like Tony Pollard over 2.5 receptions, minus 114. I think he hits that easy. He's hit it in both games. And again, like I said, I don't like the linebackers for the Eagles, and I think that Tony Pollard will be scripted for about at least 4 catches. I think he hits 2.5 easy. I also I gave out Lamb's over. I like Devontae Smith's over 4.5, but I'm not going to give that out. I might play that personally because, like you said, Rex, the juice is just way too much. But I'll probably just play that personally. Receiving yards, I like Tony Pollard over 21.5. Again, he went over those numbers in both games. And they're going to script him into the passing game. That's what he is. He's a scat back, a lot of burst, and he can run routes really well. I do like Lamb over 80.5 yards at minus 114. I will be playing that. And I like completions for Prescott over 24.5, and I got that at minus 122. And those are my props for the game. I will probably be playing one more, and that'll be Prescott touchdowns over 2.5, and you can get that at +1. Oh, shoot, it just went off on my book. Do you have it up?
The Dak throwing touchdowns?
Over 2.5?
Yeah, let me see. +127 on my local.
Okay, yeah. We'll roll with that. +127. All Cowboys.
You're letting it, roll from the clip. I was about to say I'm not backing any Cowboys. It's been really tough because I have to be respectful since I'm a host now. I usually never call them Cowboys. So you can probably figure out what the second word after cow I put into it. But the one prop that I wanted to get to, and who I think it's going to be wild to say that this guy is going to be not an X factor, but a huge reason if the Eagles are going to be successful it's Kenneth Gainwell. He is a rookie that is coming in and just basically knocked Boston Scott completely out. Sure, it's Boston Scott. It's not that difficult, but as a rookie coming in on the biggest pass protection plays and picking up blitzes, he's been utilized and schemed way more where not that Sanders should be in there more often. But, oh, shit. When the fuck did Alex get in here? Sorry, man. I didn't see how long ago you were in here. We were going back and forth. But, but Alex, I was about to say, what are the Gainwell props that you do currently have? Because him just getting the amount of snaps this quick off the bat just means that Sirianni's just completely bought into this guy. I mean, I trust him coming from Memphis. It's a nice school where you can see the running backs are currently coming out of, but the type of traction he's been getting used, I was trying to see if his over receptions, what that number was sitting at.
Let me get my other books because on Bet365, they don't have it. They have him at anytime touchdown, which I kind of like at +240 because in that red zone, we're going to have to get in the red zone today, and we're going to get in that. We're going to get into that zone because I think I said it today on Twitter. The Philadelphia Eagles of the city of brotherly love will be winning this game.
It's not gonna happen, bro.
It
Not
is
gonna
gonna
happen.
happen. So let me
Not
just
gonna
put
happen.
it in the book for cool bets.
You're late to the party, so I gave out what I had to say about him. But I will say this: they're gonna lose because you're wearing that blazer. That's
Not
all.
a blazer, bro. Goes to my
It
eyes.
might be, but nah. Look, so you know who else went to Memphis? Tony Pollard went to Memphis. So
Yes, he
Memphis
did.
puts out good backs. Yeah, Memphis puts out good pass catching backs. They do.
Also, I do like Gainwell. Why? Because again, the one way the Cowboys have a chance to win is if you guys get pressure on us, and we are missing Mailata, we are missing Brooks, so we're gonna have to pick up that blitz. And Gainwell is way better at picking up the blitz, like Rex said, than Miles Sanders. I mean, Miles Sanders is a baller out in the field, but he can't block. This man cannot block. So let's just get up to this game. The other props I had Devontae over receiving yards, Devontae over receptions. I think Devontae is going to ball. Sorry, not Devontae. Devonta. I'm so sorry about that. I'm sorry, Smitty. I'm sorry. I think he's going to ball. All the teams in the last 2 weeks that were solid destroyed your secondary. So I mean, come on, man. If you think this is gonna be an under like stingy little, no, this is gonna be a shootout, baby. It's gonna be an old school shootout.
Yeah, this game doesn't go under. I don't see a situation where it does. I mean, obviously, there's situations where this game does go under, but two suspect defenses, two quarterbacks that are going to want to push the ball up the field. I don't see the Cowboys trying to play it safe and run a clock management, style offense. We've seen what they did in the first 2 weeks. They come out throwing the ball, and I think they'll continue to do that. They'll feed Zeke, get him the ball, try to move up and down the field as quick as possible. If anybody is going to try to run something like that, I think it'll be the Eagles, but I just don't think they're built like that. They're not built to run that type of offense. So
I don't know that run option that they're running that Sirianni's installed that basically not mimics Lincoln Riley's Oklahoma offenses, but to the NFL version. That's kind of where, even though it comes off as pass option, that run option could be something that they try to deploy heavily tonight, which would be a nice little wrinkle to see because he sets up in the gun a decent amount.
Guys, Gainwell is playing, right? There's no injury update on anything?
From what I've seen, he's been slated to play.
Because I don't have him on cool bets now.
Yeah, he's not. I can't find a prop for him at all.
I had one earlier today at 25.5.
Probably got hammered.
Receiving yards?
It was all-purpose yards.
Oh, okay.
It was receiving and rushing. And I mean, if you got that on your books, take it.
Sanders receiving yards, I mean, he's always a decent option to grab there. It's just that Gainwell seems to be kind of becoming in as more of your pass option back. And that's just where Gainwell's snap count, maybe tonight it goes back down. But at 20.5, I mean, I could rock with it. It's not something I personally have locked in, but I would not be taking the under in that perspective. But still, I just think Gainwell's taking a lot more of the share than I was expecting him to be this early in. I thought it would be Scott early, Gainwell late, but it seems to be Scott's just completely gone, and especially since he's hurt now.
So I honestly think that Jalen Hurts goes under his rushing yards today.
All the way at 54?
I think he goes. Is it 50? I've seen 55 on my book, so I'm looking at it. If you want to take a gamble, go under.
Oh.
See, he was solely under that until garbage time last week. And then he burned off, which got him to the touchdown, their only touchdown of the game. I think he had two separate runs of like 15 or 20 yards in that drive to get him into the red zone. So that's the only thing scares me of taking under rushing props for a quarterback like Hurts is garbage time, especially if you like him big. I think that's something you could see. But if you're rocking it, Eddie, you got the hand right now. I can't talk you off it.
It's not something I'm playing. It's just something I'm thinking about. Just going through these props and looking at certain things and thinking about how the
Rex,
defense.
what did you give out earlier? Sorry.
Birds plus 3.5, over 51.5. Both field goal kickers over 1.5. The Cowboys was at minus 110 for Zerline. Elliott was plus 110 for over 1.5. I believe in both red zones defenses to hold them up at least once within the red zone. Then they'll each get one long attempt that goes in. And then my last prop was I was looking for Gainwell, but I didn't have anything else. But I was just going to be rocking with those 4 here just because the Devonta was way too juiced for his receptions. And Rieger and Watkins, I don't want to tell people to be betting their hard-earned money on it. If you got a better angle on it, it's kind of a roll the dice who gets it that week and who doesn't.
The receiving for Goddard is only at 35.5 on my books. I think he can easily go over that, especially the way he's running his routes. He usually runs his routes on the outside, and I think Hurts is definitely going to try to find him on those plays. So I think he can easily get at least 40 over receiving. And I do like Devontae's props over reception is what, 4.5?
Devonta Smith receptions currently on DraftKings is over 4.5 at minus 160. That's the main reason why I'm off it is. If you can get something lower than minus 160, you could be on it, but I don't play that type of juice.
No, but and the receiving is at what? Mine is at 59.5. 60 yards. I think he gets that easy today. He has to. He's our best playmaker since at wide receiver since the start of the season. And who's the corner for the Cowboys?
Diggs.
Starting corners.
Trayvon Diggs. What do you mean? Trayvon Diggs.
The same one that got burned a bunch of times? That Trayvon Diggs?
What do you mean burned by who?
It's all good.
Oh, the guy that has 2 picks in back-to-back games, shut down Mike Evans. Yeah, that guy. That's the guy I'm talking about. Yeah.
Didn't Mike Evans get a touchdown against you guys? 91 yards?
No, I don't know what game you were watching.
No,
Mike
Evans, Godwin, and Gronk went off against the Bucks, and then Mike Williams went off against. Keenan went for 40 for 90 for a touchdown, if that's what you're thinking of last week. 4 catches for like 90 yards and the touchdown against Diggs.
And Mike Williams he had a big game against Dallas too.
But Trayvon Diggs wasn't on Mike Williams.
What?
Trayvon Diggs wasn't covering. Trayvon Diggs is one person. He can't cover everybody. So.
Well, that's what I'm saying. So.
He wasn't on Mike Williams, is what I'm saying. He wasn't guarding. He was guarding Keenan.
And Keenan still had 4 for 104, no?
Okay. Is Keenan Devonta Smith?
No, not yet.
Okay, then.
But he still got.
We'll see.
He still has those same feet. Those same
That's
feet.
Fine. We will see.
Those are Keenan Allen feet.
It's really beef. It's really beef in the StreamYard right now. It's really beef.
Bro,
really
because he comes in here, only gives Cowboys props and like business specs.
Yeah, 100%.
I get it. You got Dak. You got the experienced quarterback.
Allergies are beating my ass right now, yo. I'm not. The weed.
We have to do the raffle, and then we're
weed
off.
and my allergies, but it's mostly the allergies. It's not just the weed. It's the allergies mostly.
I feel you. Trust me. Today I woke up.
My shit is fucked up right now. God damn, bro.
My official play is Eagles money line at plus 160. How many spreads have been covered in the last 2 weeks?
Bro, this is just spirit figures. I was watching a movie with my girl the other night. Just something from
all the spreads that the teams are supposed to cover haven't been covered almost. The last
Cowboys have covered 2 spreads this year, so that's all I know.
Yeah, but I mean, you weren't favored to win against the Bucks, and you did not win against the Bucks.
2-0 against the spread.
Covered the spread. But
soon to be 3.
They weren't favored to win against the Bucks.
No, I'm saying we've covered.
San Fran was favored yesterday, and they lost. The Cowboys will also lose tonight.
Oh my God! Y'all got some Claritin?
we'll have some clarity at the end of this night.
Fuck.
Jalen Hurts is gonna put the hurt on the Cowboys tonight.
That was catchy.
When he throws for 170 and 2 picks, I don't want to hear
No, I
that.
think he goes for over 250.
Like,
All right.
Guys,
All right.
Jalen Hurts is gonna lay a hurting on the
Alex, have you given off all of your picks so that we can give out the raffle?
So Devonta Smith over 59.5 yards. I got that locked in. I got Goddard anytime touchdown at plus. Let's see. TD scores.
I'm just copying these so I can send them out as my VIP plays. Oh, man.
Plus 215 for Goddard.
Goddard TD plus. Okay. Uh-huh.
I like that. Like I said, Devontae is at 59.5. It should be at minus 120 or minus 110.
He's Canadian. He's in Montreal.
Where you find this dude?
That's what they don't.
Canada, baby.
Yeah, he an Eagles fan from Canada. That man, you already know. Eagles
That's
fans
right
are
there.
weird. I mean, look at Rex. You feel me? So like, they're all little.
I'm
All
more.
right, I'm getting
more
into the
saucy
raffle,
than
Alex. You're taking forever to rattle off these picks.
God damn
that.
it!
Yeah, I got one more.
Say the plays. God damn it! What the fuck?
And I like over yards. Jalen Hurts over yards passing.
What's the number?
This ain't his first rodeo. Come on, you're usually good for Sunday morning quarterbacks.
I know,
Yeah.
but I just came from an interview.
Ah,
You guys didn't even let me know you were doing this. You're like,
we sent you the link. We told you yesterday. You were. Hey, if anybody was watching Sunday Morning Quarterbacks yesterday and he came on the show, we were like, my boy, we got you tomorrow. You can be on the show tomorrow. Tomorrow's today.
I got you. 247 over 247 passing is on minus 110.
Are you a Montreal Alouettes fan?
Fuck no, not since Calvillo retired and Ben Cahoon retired, bro.
Whoever the fuck that is.
Ben Cahoon,
Yeah, I was about to say. Right.
Ben Cahoon is Hall of Famer in the CFL, baby.
All right, we're getting into the raffle to wrap it up. As you guys all know, since we hit 400 followers today, we'll be giving out $100 to one of our followers. Coming up, randomizing it 5 times. We got all these names in this list, so I just scroll through so you guys can look back to see that your name was there. We tried to tell you 100 times. If your YouTube's private, sucks to suck. You have to send us a DM. I've asked you so much, but let's roll it. There's 1. There's 2. Spin Doctor just lost.
Oh, man.
Sorry.
Spin Doctor wins. I'm not giving him shit.
Luke Murphy, sorry, you were just number 1 right there. AKM, so this is the big money right
I
here,
never
the
win.
5th time. Antonio Prestipino is our winner for this time. Eddie, you're number 2. You're so close.
Let's go. I don't
Let's
know
go.
where you're
Get
from.
that
Thank
bread.
you.
Eddie was number
Everybody.
2.
Let's
Spliff,
go.
you're
All right.
you're right there just
Antonio, thank you
missing
for
2.
tuning in, Antonio. Yeah. Okay. All the regular people who tune in every day, these raffles literally say fuck you every time. So we love you.
No, Taze, we got Dan, and we got Mark.
Oh, yeah,
Those were
you're right,
3
Damn,
all
yeah.
day ones.
I'm
This is
tripping.
the
I'm tripping.
first one.
We took care
Going
of a
to
couple of y'all.
Antonio.
Sorry, Spliff. Next time.
All right. Well, until tomorrow, we'll probably be live tomorrow. As you know, Wednesdays are going to be lunch spaces with Rex as I sit in my car. But Daily Bread Media, YouTube, Twitch, Twitter, follow us all there. Thank you, Eddie. Thank you,
I hope you
Sports
got
is
the
Life.
job, Alex.
Follow them under their
Hey,
heads until
May the best
tomorrow.
team win.